Hello, 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 Holy Ones. Welcome to this space. Welcome to this space. And so we're going to be talking about how you have and I have, we have the choice whether we rerun and recycle pain, suffering, all that inner healing work that many have been doing for a very, very, very long time, or if we're ready to step into the next space of ourselves. And so Acasma Quantum Energy came in 2020 to humanity. It's a higher dimensional healing modality that we both do. And this modality actually lifts the person, if you will, that they're having the session with, or you learn the course. It lifts the person's consciousness into an alignment of itself that it can remember. It no longer needs to cycle those spaces. It no longer needs to dig into those sorrows and pains and trials and traumas. It's not. It's free of that if it chooses to be. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to have Lamia share here with us. But she reached out with some fantastic feedback. Now, Lamia, real quick, back and forth. You did AQE Foundations, which is the core beginning spaces of this work. And then I believe you're in Master Teacher, or you finished Master Teacher. Is that correct?
I'm still in Master Teacher.
Okay. All right. So these are she's come in at the foundational bottom spaces of this thing to get the basis of it. And then she rose it and went all the way up into master level. So she knows what she's talking about when it comes to the teachings. She understands the teachings. And now she's here to share with us what she sees this doing in her life. She's proof. She's proof that you can have this freedom. All right, Lamia, you go ahead and share with everyone.
Hello to everyone. I'm always honored and excited to be here in this space. Space I can express myself, knowing that I'm in a safe and understanding space. Thank you so much for offering this. After attending the last class of AQE Foundation. But before that, I already started to run the new understanding. You mentioned in one of your videos about not having to do the healing over and over again and go again for walkbacks or reach out again to your inner child or do another meditation to heal, I don't know, maybe your collective consciousness or work on something on old programs or beliefs. And day after day, when we expand and we allow understanding to just be embodied more and more, just at one moment we get it. We didn't get it before. And especially when events in our life, we bring some things we already healed or already done the reprogramming thing. And for me, it was like about financial like challenges. And I was just sitting with myself and I was thinking about your teachings and I said, wait a minute, if I'm going to always be looking at something to work on, I will never get done because we are quantum, because we are infinite, because we have so many experiences. So am I here at this age I am like 38? Am I going to just do it over and over? Where am I going to create a new space for my life that I'm here to live, to be, like present and live it and feel it? If we are going to go after every program, there are limited programs. And if we are going to go after every single space of our ancestral healing, this is endless. And I was getting it like this. And then I asked myself, if I'm going, I already done so many things about walk backs and about my childhood and healing like fatherhood and motherhood. But I found out every time a space comes, like I have an old program which is running, I say to myself, what do I need to go work on now? Is it a program? Is it a wound that needs to be healed? So I realized that I was focusing on healing, which means I'm expanding this space which is wounded and recreated the space again and again and again. So I just decided I no longer want to know. And as a proof, I started to see things being healed in my life, even without needing to know the root cause of the thing. Because I was obsessed, literally obsessed about knowing the root cause of everything. But this is going to take forever. And also it consumes energy and it consumes time, you know. And I'm here to like thrive and live my life fully and have my goals reached and express myself and follow my calling. This is not working for me anymore. So I said I choose to no longer dig, but I choose to focus on the new program. Like I have now the computer which is clean and clear and it's ready to receive new program. And I started to do this like few weeks ago. I realized that the old program is trying to come back. So I'm aware when there is a new program in the computer and we have the CPU, of course, it needs time to install and maybe it comes with application I need to apply on my daily life so I can embody the new program. So now I'm focusing on new programs. So every time I see like, I don't know, a space, I feel a charge or I see space coming back or for example, if I see a mother who is treating her child with wisdom, with kindness and compassion, I'm not longer telling myself, oh, I need to work on certain things so I can be like her. I just say, which program is she buying right now? I install them. So I created like, I showed you on the picture, it's like a stamp I use because I know the subconscious mind uses symbols. So I use this in my quantum, use alchemy, things like I use the stamp, which is magic and golden. I imagine like the new program approved. I no longer need to ask about the whys and I need to go back. So I'll focus on forward, creating space for the new habits. If I want like a healthy body, I'm not gonna ask from where does this disease comes from, maybe my mother, I'm done with it. So I choose to run the new program for the healthy body, mind, and soul, and install applications and learn those new applications. So this way, I'm focusing on what's good. I'm leaving what is wounded, and I believe it's no longer going to be created because I'm not feeding it. So this is how I'm understanding it now. And I feel like there's few healers and people who are in their healing journey who are waking up to this teaching because I still, I watch and I observe like communities, I observe social spaces, and I just still see spaces like you need to heal this, do that. But I do believe that the shift is going to be like faster because we are moving faster.
I love it. Yes, I love it. I love it. It's a big part of what we do with Acasma when we understand that we always look for what's right. We understand that whatever we focus on expands. We do offer assistance to people who are very deeply embedded in the cycle of healing. We do offer assistance there because sometimes it can take a little time, and we've all done it, where you have to wean yourself out. You have to become trusting. You have to become worthy of knowing you can leave that space. But there are some that, they're just, I think, comfortable being uncomfortable. And until they become uncomfortable being uncomfortable, they're not going to change that. But that's all right. Everybody's journey is incremental and exactly what they need. But I love what you shared here because it's so powerful. We are the computer. We are the central processing unit. We are the one who decides what programs we run. Many times I used for years the line, this is a timeline I no longer align with, when I would pick up on energies or spaces of myself wanting to repeat a program or a cycle or a behavior trait that I knew was not who I wanted to be. And I would use that. You have your stamp, everybody should have something. I have a friend who uses a big red eraser. She sees a big red eraser, and whenever she finds herself in a space that she's running a program that isn't optimal, she gets the eraser out and she just erases it and blows it away, And it's the choice. That's called self-mastery. That's what we do here in Acasma Quantum Energy, is we birth that master of the self through reconnecting the being into its I am, to move forward in that new way. Does it take this person, all people, on the same journey in the same manner? No. Does everybody do it a little differently? Yes. But can everybody do it? Yes, everybody can do it. Everybody's designed to do it. There are other modalities out there assisting people, but this is what we work with. This is what we're here to help you with if you want to no longer run these programs anymore. If you're done being in the continual healing loop, inner child healing, shadow work, dark night of the soul, you don't have to live there. It's a choice. It's a way in which you may navigate, but it is also a loop of navigation. So you continually go down that same path again and again and again. Like Lamia said, there's always going to be another thing that'll come up for you to see, to heal, because the focus is being placed on what is wrong with me. And as long as we're looking into the what is wrong with me, we're going to keep seeing what's wrong. And we're saying we allow and we teach and we move from the space of what is right in me. What is right in me? And then that expands. So you have the opportunity, you right now, whoever's watching this video, you have the opportunity to say what is right in my being. What is right in my life? Some may say, well, that's a little harder to see. And some may say, oh, I see this, this, and this. It's okay. It doesn't matter where you come in at. Maybe you breathe. That's right. You're supposed to breathe. Good. You can breathe. All right. You've got one on the list checked off. But you start there. And anytime you're in a space where you're feeling like you're running an energy that is a loop of healing, a loop of looking for what's wrong, more trauma to dig up, more sorrow, more who did what when. You have the choice to say, ooh, that's a program. I am a vast, infinite, limitless being. I'm having a now. I'm going to run a different program.
I'm hearing you, and I'm hearing like I still have some spaces where I'm still not really aligned with this. I no longer need to do this, but I understand it may take time because I used to do it for years. And I know that the change is gonna take time, and I'm being consistent. I'm being present. I'm repeating my own affirmations to myself wherever I see something fine to be repeated. And I hope who is watching this is going just to allow, like Kirsten said, the possibility that this is really possible.
It is
and
really
we
possible.
can do it.
Yes, very
Yeah.
good. It is really possible, and we can do it. That should be the byline of this. Yes. It is happening because vibrationally, so much of us has already shifted into the higher spaces of our consciousness for this now line, that we cannot continue to run those programs. We don't fit them. We don't fit them. Now, are there people who haven't shifted as much? And this isn't judgment. This is just like science. This is just like energy vibration. Where are you on the frequency spectrum? Are there people who are still embedded in those loops, those cycles of energy, where looking for what's right feels too big?
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that space. So please hear us. Please hear us, okay? If it feels too big to find something that's right, then just breathe. Don't try to find it, just breathe and be with the space itself. Don't go back into the pain, but don't try to climb out into the next level. Just breathe. Because what happens is by doing that, you're actually making space for you in that energy to begin to look around, to begin to sense and utilize your skills, because you are completely designed to do this. This is called ascension. This is called the awakening. This is called human consciousness expanding. And every single human is doing it at a different level, in a different increment, in a different vibration, according to a different frequency based upon their space of consciousness. There is a victimhood space to this that we would, if we talk about it, we're going to do a lot of good. Okay. It's not a topic people like us to talk about. A lot of people don't like this topic because it stings. But sometimes when something stings, it's because it's getting us to the next space of ourselves. Some people are stuck in inner child healing, shadow work, trauma healing in the manner of, yeah. Okay, so you're speaking from the experience of the space. And I think a lot of people will be like, I have to know why. I have to know who did what to me when. Because if I know who did it and I know when they did it and I know what they did and I get validation for that, I can be free. But are you really free when you get to that space? Most of the time people are not. There's still some piece of it that nags at them, that the other part doesn't deserve forgiveness, or the other part doesn't own what they did. And there's these levels that you keep digging into to try to get to more. I'm not saying it's not a way in which you can choose to live, because you can live any way you want. I'm just saying it's a way you don't have to live. It is not the way in which you most optimally heal your life. You most optimally heal your life by what we were talking about in the very beginning. Understanding it's a program. And understanding that you are the mechanism that the program runs through. And that everything in your life is the creation of what your mechanism and that program made. So if we run cycled healing programs of trauma and pain, if we keep running, heal this one, now find that one, now heal this one, now find that one, we're going to continue to create endless experiential spaces that have those same types of vibrations.
Exactly. I want to add something about the Acasma child, because we share a lot in there and we share our experiences. It was so beneficial for me, because sometimes I just observe, and I'm the type of person who like takes advantage of anything in life just to expand. And I feel a charge. I always take time to stay with myself and really think about it and see what's going on in there. So once Kirsten mentioned that she no longer holds like dense feelings toward her mother, and she didn't even know when this shift happened because it just happened. She's in another space. I was not there yet. I was reading what she was conveying, but part of me knew that it was possible. So the community is so important because when we are in a loving safe space and we have different experiences and someone is already ahead in a space when we are not there yet, yeah, it gives you like more trust and more hope, and sometimes you feel a charge, but it's good because it's an opportunity to go over there. So that was also so important for me. I started asking questions, and I was feeling like the pullback of the old program, which was so strong. I understand why it's so hard for some people to move forward or even not believe in it, because I was in it for many years. And when I started to shift, I sense a lot of energy, so I could feel everything happening inside of me. I could see the old program just wanted to stay in there. Like, no, you need to know the root cause. If you don't know the root cause, you will never be able to help another person to understand what's going on. If you choose healing, and all those kinds of thoughts. So just lately, when you just get it, you no longer want to run it. I understand. And what I love about Acasma, that wherever you are never judged. Because as you said, it's just the way we evolve and the way we expand. There's nothing wrong and nothing right. And also we have the freedom to choose whatever we want to choose.
Absolutely.
If I do want to run the old program, it's my choice. If I want to move forward, also it's my choice. So we master what we choose to master and what we choose to believe in. So that's what I want to say about the customer.
That's an important part of what we offer in Acasma. I love that you mentioned the chat space. That's a beautiful space we have on the Discord server. It's a private space, so we're not inundated with any type of entertainment or news or politics or anything like that. It's a very beautiful space that it's just us. It's just us and what we're doing. The part about how it's important with Acasma that it meets everyone right where they're at, that's another really big space as well, because it really does meet everyone right where they're at. And we have people doing shadow work in our community. We have people who do inner child work in our community. We have people that don't look for it, but they go into a session space, and in one session, inner child, past life, ancestral lineage, so much can happen. But it's quantum energy work, so where you can't box it up. And with Acasma, it's always going beyond the self, so it's always available to the family line and all that. But Acasma has walkbacks. That's what we call them. Lamia has mentioned them once or twice so far in this video call. We call them walkbacks. They are a higher dimensional way to work with the spaces of the past if you are someone who cannot let go of that method yet. Okay? So you're not alone. You didn't do anything wrong. It's an absolute option. But they're done a little bit differently in the means of how fast they move. So most work in the community of spiritual healing and energy healing that's done on inner child and past life trauma, sexual trauma, most of that work is very drawn out. People spend months with people coaching them through the spaces, really analyzing every single feeling they're having and all of this. The only thing that we're asking everyone to allow the understanding of is in doing that, you are also giving it space to expand. You are giving it attention, which is energy. You are giving it focus, which is energy. So it can start to come up more and more in other new spaces, because universe doesn't know you're working on healing it. It just knows you're connecting in with that vibration. You are pinging and pinging and pinging the pain. So universe says, bring forth the pain. And so what we're looking at is a method through a cosmic quantum energy with the walkbacks that go in to the spaces of the pain from the spaces of the wholeness. So you don't go in to clean up the kitchen full of dirt, full of pain and sorrow. You go in to clean it up from the space of the you that's clean. So we connect in with the higher mind, the higher heart, your teams of light. We go in, there's no emotional attachment. There's no emotional trauma. You're not caught up all in it again, because you're not coming in at the level of it. You're coming in at the level of your higher knowing. That's what Acasma does, bridges you up and in. And then you go in from that space, and you're basically like the angel of light in your own life. You're basically like the angel of light in your own life. So people who are ready for that, they're coming in big, big numbers. And most everybody who works in this cosmic quantum energy work we're talking about, most everyone is either working from that standpoint, or they're working from the understanding of it's just a program. I don't need to understand it. I don't need to pick it apart. I can just change the program. I can just turn the dial. I can just shift the vibration. So we meet everyone right where they're at. And we have proof that everyone can find healing if they choose to. Now, there are some who struggle with this because of spaces of, I think, and I'm sure there's many, many reasons, but I think there are spaces of fear of the unknown. They are used to being in the space of discomfort that they are in, and they are not used to being whole. They are not used to being loved. They are not used to being heard. They are not used to being seen, validated, worthy. So then you start getting too close to that space, that energy, and that person can get scared because they know how to be the brokenness, but they don't know how to embrace the wholeness. So we just love them. I always say, just here in your head, not yet. Just not yet. If you're a facilitator and you have a client, you're an Acasma quantum energy facilitator and you have a client and they might have a space like that, just tell yourself, it's nothing on you. It's nothing on the work you're doing. It's nothing on them. It's just not yet. Not yet. And if you're a teacher of Acasma quantum energy and you're teaching and activating and attuning and certifying others to become facilitators, and you have a student who backs up because they feel the discomfort of the space of expansion, nothing on you, nothing on the modality, nothing on the work, nothing on them, not yet. Just not yet. And I think that's a way to allow all to flow in love without judgment. If they choose to judge themselves, we can't control that because that's a space they have to work through on their own. But we can echo from the sideline love. And hopefully that is enough to make them feel comfortable enough to step out of that loop and release themselves from that program and implement the next level of them. Thank you so much, Lamia, for bringing this forth.
Amazing. I love these conversations. I can feel another expansion now when you are talking about this. Yeah. I feel also some spaces like we're doubting like the new way just coming forward.
A new way is available. A new way is available. A new way, a new opportunity. And no one has to take it. No one has to embrace it or see it the way we see it. but we just want people to know it's available. If they want to, it's available. And no judgment on the self if there's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing, because that happens, you know, and usually it happens for us, by us, so that we can really understand where we're going, what we're doing. And it brings it to our faces to say, are you sure you're really done? Are you really ready to stop living as that you? Are you really ready for a new way of being you? And then we have to make that choice in that moment, feed that old loop or let it go and move. Do your stamp, get out the eraser, whatever thing you're using, and move into that new alignment. It's all energy, it's all resonance, it's all frequency, vibration, and flow. And we are the ones deciding what those frequencies, vibrations, and flows are. Nothing outside of us decides that for us. Not any trauma, not any pain, not any situation. Nothing outside of us runs that. It's from us. We make the call. It's the illusion. It's the illusion that that space that happened is in control, that is creating the loop.
Yeah. And I do believe like we're stepping in a new way of healing, like healing with joy, you know, healing with fun, healing with music, healing with dancing. I feel I'm done with like considering like, you know, like it's a nightmare or you have to cry or you have to like, I don't know, stay in bed for days. I love even when I dance, I feel like it's faster. Like whenever I have fever or I have something going on, I move energy faster with doing the things which are holding joy more than like pain. And I feel that's what is going to be on the next level of healing. We are done with like considering healing as something like we're suffering to heal. Yes, coming from that maybe that savior who's here to save the planet, and I'm doing this for everyone. I used to have this thoughts before, but now I move to funny way, healing
Absolutely.
myself more. Yeah.
We will heal more for ourselves and for all, because we are all one anyways. We will heal
Yeah.
more from the vibration of joy than we will ever heal from the vibration of pain. Getting into our joy, allowing our joy, finding our joy in whatever small increment, big increment, medium space of us we can find it. Maybe it's a different space every day, but every moment that we are able to align ourselves in, think about, contact, make touch with the space of joy in our being, we amplify that throughout our form, and every space of us heals. Every space of us heals by that vibration of joy.
I can confirm that because I have so many cases lately. I observe different techniques for me. I can do meditation. I can go for walks, but when I dance and I listen to music, it's so fast. The
Mm-hmm.
healing is super fast. Like the fever can go down in a less than half an hour. My body, my mind is recalibrated again. I feel the energy all vibrating in my body. I'm no longer tired. Like it recalibrates the body in a very short time because it's connected to joy. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we are here to live.
Yes, absolutely. That's why you are here to live. That's how we are here to live. And all of the other all the other spaces of healing, from inner child work, you know, trauma healing, dark night of the soul, all of the shadow work, entering into Cosma foundations and learning to love yourself, learning to trust yourself, learning to allow yourself, moving through the fear of owning your own power and allowing yourself to know you're powerful. What? And then walking into the spaces of implementing that power. All of those spaces are needed because everyone's coming in at a different experiential self. So the person that's coming in where inner child healing makes sense to them the most, that's where they're going to slip in on, they're going to come in on. And the person who's like, you know what, I'm done with that, but I'm really ready for, I want to self-love, self-worth, period. No matter what I know or don't know about myself, I want to love myself. Okay, well, you're over here, AQE1. You know, whatever it is, there's a space, there's a space, there's a space. And now you and I, who have done through what we've gone through these spaces, we've visited them, we've lived in them, we've nurtured them, we've walked in and out of them. And now we're, because of that, in a space of our own consciousness where we are processing and functioning much faster with awareness and observation, what we are, who we are, where we are, why we are, how we are, and we're utilizing that knowledge to be us. So we are not in any way, anyone who's watching this, please know, we are not in any way saying any of these spaces are wrong or bad. We're just saying there are other spaces you may be wanting to look at as well. And when you're ready, you can move into those spaces accordingly. Yes? Yes. All right. All right. So we're going to leave this for you here. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let us know. You can comment below the video. You can look, there should be some contact information as well for a way in which you may contact Lamiach and a way in which you may contact me if you choose. We both do this for a living. So if anybody is interested in Acasma Quantum Energy, if you would like to learn more about having an Acasma Quantum Energy session, you would like to work with Lamiach, she would love to work with you. She also does the Acasma Galactic Shaman work, which is really helpful for people who are leaving these programmed spaces, because it really clears everything really fast. It realigns everything really quickly. But we have a lot. Go ahead.
That space of Acasma Galactic Shaman also teaches you to come from your wholeness. Because the ceremonies are big and we go to big spaces. If we go with with our experiences, we would never be that channel for the person coming for the ceremony. So I learned to come from my wholeness, no matter what the ceremony is about, even about healing or about dense spaces. I just see them from as much as I can from God's perspective. I always ask myself how God will see this. And then I go, this is what's so important to me as an Acasma Galactic Shaman to learn. And then I do even the ceremonies for myself over and over and over again. And each time I find like more wholeness is coming into this space. So this also helps when someone wants to do the walk backs or still in inner work or inner child. It's so important to know that you are whole already.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful adding. Yes. Thank you for adding that in. And she's talking about the Acasma Galactic Shaman course space. So if you want to check it out, it is on my website and there's a lot of information there as well. It's a powerful tool for the self. And then also, if you want to choose to offer it to family, friends, clients, you can do that as well. But you are coming from the divine. So when she said, how would God look at this? We are taught that we are not separate. In Acasma Quantum Energy, we are taught that we are not separate. We are taught that we are one with, but we are an incremental space of that, which is the creator point. And we are having a now that is allowing ourself to expand, and in essence, the creator as well, because there's no separation. There are only increments of the being. So when she says, see it the way God would see it, and then how much that is giving her strength, I believe she was saying this as well in her own everyday life, because what happens is you do that in those sessions or those ceremonies and you can't turn it off. So then what I mean by that is you go into your everyday life and you're talking to your kid, or you're talking to your husband, or you're talking to your coworker, or you're talking to your family member, or you're thinking your own thoughts, and you're remembering how it felt to look through the eyes of what you call God or source or whatever your word is. You get that understanding in this work. Yes. And so then when you go out and be you, that understanding is with you. So when people speak to you, you hear them. You have the opportunity to hear them through that vantage point as well. You have the opportunity to hear yourself through that vantage point as well. So that was another very, very big point to make there. So thank you for catching it and making it. I appreciate that. All right. So, and beautiful Lamia, can I say where you're from? Tell us where you're from on our planet.
I'm from Morocco,
She's from
Africa.
Morocco, and I'm in the
Yeah.
US. So we found each other on social media, and we are close, very close at heart now. And I'm very, very grateful for our beautiful international family. Lamia is also a anchor of our Acasma grid. So she's one of our main PowerPoint holders of our grid. We have 26 of them. And then we have hundreds and hundreds of pillars, people who are actual pillars in our grid. And if you're interested in grid work, if you're interested in an incredible, beautiful family of light, we have one here, our Acasma family, and we would love to have you join us. We do the Acasma grid once a month on Zoom. We're it every day by the way we breathe, by the way we speak, by the way we be our life. And we also have beautiful subset chat groups on Discord that are called Pods of Light, and they support the grid members. So that's another space we share together. Lamia is in this family in many ways, but she is a powerful anchor for our Cosmo grid from Morocco. And if this pulls or strikes a chord with your heart, wherever you are on the planet, you'd like to join us, check it out, sacredexpansion.com. You can go into the menu on my website, sacredexpansion.com, and you'll see the word grid. If you tap it, there's a whole bunch of information. So you can go in, nobody's pressuring you. It's completely free. It's a community-wide event for our family. And so there's always a way to connect. There's always a way to find like-minded, higher dimensional, conscious beings living as new humans, understanding light language, understanding healing abilities and expansive consciousness concepts. We're here. We're here. This is what we do in our world over here, in our collective of Acasma. So if you're looking for a collective, if you're looking for a family of light, we're here. We're here. Reach out. Let us know. All right, we're going to cut this one right here and let this be what it is. Maybe we'll meet again and do another one in the future. This isn't our first. It won't be our last. I love you, beautiful divine one. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for creating this space. I'm always excited to have conscious conversations, like rejoices my soul. And I would love to, like everyone who is going to reach out to this conversation, just to be open and allowed and see what happens.
I love it. Beautiful. Just be open and allow and see what happens. Let's send a blessing to them, Lamia, at the end here. Will you send it with me? We'll just take a nice deep breath in. And if you're watching this and you want to receive, it's a choice. You don't have to. Nothing's ever forced. You can just take a nice deep breath in, nice and slow. Our hearts are directly connected into the source of all love, the space in which we all come from, at our origin point. Yes, as consciousness. Just allow your breath. Yes. Yane. Your root lines expanding into the earth to anchor you deeply into the energies of your planet in this home now. Blessing on your soul reconnection at the top of your head, your crown. Spaces of lifetimes ready to realign into your wholeness. Blessings on your heart. Yes! Blessings on your sacred heart. That is your I am. Yes, your portal of light. Allow your breath, please. Yane. Blessings on your field of love, your shield of love, your auric field, blessings upon it, blessings on your throat and on your mind, peace and balance as you expand, yes. Some of you are feeling warmth in your body. Some of you are feeling jolts and twitches. Yes, some of you are seeing colors. Yes, just allow your space your way. No judgment. Release all attachment and just fall into you. Breathe. Yane! Allow your breath. Blessing on the mind that it open, the crown open, yes, and know the truth. The third eye, yes, see the truth. The throat, speak the truth. And the heart, yes, feel the truth. Nice deep breath in, nice and slow. Yane. Beautifully done, Holy One. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Just allow your breath as you bring your focus back, gently, gently, slowly. If your eyes were closed, you can open them when you're ready. No pressure, no rush. If you don't want to open them yet, you can stay in. Open them when you're ready. Every person connected with this space, no matter when they find this video, received exactly what they needed in this moment. You can trust that completely. Whatever was most beneficial for you, your body, your being, your consciousness, you received it. Trust yourself. Allow your flow. You are loved. You are safe. You are light. And you are here. Blessings upon you all, Holy Ones. Blessings. Thank you, Holy One. We love you. We love you.